I want to now welcome in my colleague and the host of The World Tonight, Kelly Wright. Kelly, of course, is a veteran journalist, an award-winning journalist. Kelly, good to see you. I want you to start by telling us what you remember about that day.
What I remember about that day, Laverne, first of all, it's good to join you this hour on BNC Live. But what I remember most about that day is the shock, the awe, the anger, and then the sadness of watching our democracy, the temple of our democracy, United States Capitol, being overrun and attacked by a gang of marauders, angry men and women who flouted the law, disrespected the blue line, those men and women that conservatives and Republicans have vowed are their best interest to protect police officers, and yet they violated every credo that they have aspired to elevate and dictate to the American people. And it was all based upon a lie, Laverne, and that's what hurt me the most. The fact that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, sat by and watched for nearly 3 hours before doing anything. And I was just shocked and heartbroken to see what was happening to my America.
And you know, Kelly, the current president, Joe Biden, says he wants to fight for the soul of the nation. Do you think he can do that successfully given the divide we're seeing?
I don't think he can do it alone. And that's a very good question, because I just spoke with Officer Daniel Hodges, who, of course, was the man whose head was being squeezed by the gang attacking him and trying to take away his gas mask, which they did, and then trying to take away his life. And I asked him pretty much the same question. What do we do to make sure the American dream is real, tangible, and to make sure that American democracy is formulated to reach a more perfect union? And he said it will take more than just the President of the United States. And I have to agree with that. It would take all of us, Laverne. And I'm echoing something that he stated. And that is the fact that every American, black, white, conservative, liberal, independent, Republican or Democrat, they have to stand up and seize the opportunity in this crisis to make sure that our divided land can be united by each and every one of us finding some common ground. And in that common ground, speaking beyond our differences and not letting our differences divide us any longer to the point that we are outraged by an election and by a lie, and we resort to violence. That can never happen again.
Yeah, it just still seems so unbelievable. And former President Jimmy Carter offered this warning in an op-ed on Wednesday, saying our great nation now teeters on the brink of a widening abyss. Without immediate action, we're at genuine risk of civil conflict and losing our precious democracy. Americans must set aside differences and work together before it is too late. Kelly, how does the country get to that point when a significant portion of the population continues to reject the facts?
Well, look, it starts first and foremost with, I believe, the Republican Party standing up against its Republican outcast, if you will, the Marjorie Taylor Greenes, the Matt Gaetz, and the Ted Cruz of that party coming out, and even the former President of the United States saying that what we're looking at today is public theater. Are you kidding me? It's not political theater. It's real. It happened a year ago. And he was at the helm when it happened. It happened on his watch. So it requires us, as the President of the United States just said today, with us acknowledging the truth, accepting the truth, dealing with the truth, and handling the truth in such a way as responsible Americans that we can get beyond the political silos that we've created and the misinformation and disinformation, and bring truth to reveal the lie, stand up to that lie, denounce it, and move forward as a nation. And that's about voting rights. That's really what it's about, so that every American has that fundamental right to vote, and to vote these knuckleheads out of office in order to get a more perfect union and ensure that every American, black, white, brown, yellow, are respected and given the opportunity to pursue the right of happiness.
Yeah, that's what we all want. And Kelly, leading up to today's anniversary, you actually spoke to Senate Chaplain Barry Black. I want to let everybody hear a part of his prayer on January 6, 2021, as he closed the joint session of Congress. Let's take a listen to that.
These tragedies have reminded us that words matter and that the power of life and death is in the tongue. We have been warned that eternal vigilance continues to be freedom's price.
Kelly, very strong words, powerful words. Tell us more of your discussion with him.
Well, first I remember the day he said that. It was early in the morning, 3 a.m., and I watched him say that, and I was moved by his prayer, which was a call to action, a call to arms, but a different kind of arms. It was a call to prayer, a call to apply one's faith. And when I asked him about how we move forward as a country, he began to speak to me about King Solomon and Solomon having a dream with God and God asking him, you're going to face pestilence. You're going to face people who are not going to be for you. They're going to be against you. So what should you do at that point? And then he wanted to echo 2 Chronicles 7:14. He said, if my people, and he's basically what Barry Black or Chaplain Black was saying is that if my people, meaning just my people, it may not be all of Americans, but it may be my people understand my intention for this world and for this country. If my people humble themselves, turn from their wicked ways, seek my face and pray, then from heaven I will hear their prayer and heal their land. There's still a lot of healing that needs to be done in this country. And we make no bones about it here on BNC. That's why we talk about voting rights. That's why we talk about police reform. That's why we talk about what happened a year ago. And that's why we talk about the big lie, to uncover it, to expose it, and then go after the truth, but to do it with compassion, to do it with truth, and to do it with valor, and to do it with courage, and do it with the forthright understanding that everybody has to be lifted up in this country. And to that half of America that refuses to come alongside of us and stand with us and kneel in prayer with us and work alongside of us, and they still refuse it by believing in the Trump lie, we can only hope and pray that they will stop their insurrection proclivity and stop their activity of nationalism and white supremacy and come to the table of brotherhood, as Dr. King talked about, and shine that light upon their own darkness and upon our own and come together as a nation. That takes a lot of hard work. It takes compassion, but it takes love and courage as well. And that's what Chaplain Black will talk about tonight.
Kelly, I hear the passion in your voice, and it sounds like you also had another calling other than being a journalist. You certainly could be leading prayer in any church in America. So thank you for those words. And I know you're actually going to stick around, Kelly. I'm happy you're going to be joining me a little bit later in the show with more insights. So I'll see you then.